Sometimes, subtle changes in your plants can be the first warning sign of herbicide injury. This type of damage is often associated with herbicides that disrupt plant cell membranes, particularly PPO inhibiting herbicides. Symptoms can vary depending on the active ingredient, application timing, and dosage. One of the first signs is often the appearance of small, water-soaked lesions on the leaves. These areas quickly dry out and become brown or scorched. When these herbicides are applied before weeds emerge, affected seeds may fail to germinate, while newly emerging plants can develop severe tissue damage. When applied after weeds have emerged, plants may develop irregular patches of scorched tissue across the leaves. This can sometimes resemble injury from highly toxic herbicides, although the characteristic bronze discoloration associated with some other types of herbicide injury may be absent. This type of damage is commonly associated with PPO inhibitors such as flumioxazin, foamzafen, lactofen, carfentrazone, and aceflorfen. These herbicides interfere with processes involving plant cell membranes and chlorophyll-related pathways, ultimately causing rapid tissue destruction. Symptoms can become visible within 1 to 3 days after exposure, depending on the product, weather, and light conditions. Bright sunlight is particularly important because light intensifies the development of injury symptoms. As a result, damaged plants may show much more obvious scorching on warm, sunny days. Because this is chemical injury rather than a disease or pest infestation, biological control is not an effective treatment. If accidental overapplication occurs, thoroughly rinsing the foliage with clean water as soon as practical may help remove herbicide residues, although recovery depends on the product, dose, and severity of exposure. The best strategy is prevention. Before applying a herbicide, correctly identify the weed you are trying to control. Determine whether it is a broadleaf or grass-type weed, and consider whether mechanical removal, cultivation, mulching, or another non-chemical method could be more appropriate. Choose a herbicide specifically labeled for the target weed and crop, and carefully follow the recommended application rate and timing. Always read the product label before spraying. Never increase the dosage in an attempt to achieve faster results. Clean the sprayer thoroughly after every application to prevent residues from contaminating subsequent treatments. Avoid spraying during windy conditions, since herbicide drift can damage nearby crops and sensitive plants. Use appropriate nozzles and application techniques that help reduce drift. Weather conditions are also important. Avoid spraying when conditions are unsuitable for the product, particularly during periods of extreme heat and intense sunlight when injury symptoms may become more severe. When using an unfamiliar herbicide, test it on a small area first if permitted by the product label and local regulations. Monitor the treated plants before expanding the application. Keep a detailed spray record, including the date, product, application rate, treated area, and weather conditions. This can make it much easier to identify the cause if unexpected symptoms appear later. The key symptoms to remember are water-soaked leaf lesions that quickly dry and turn brown, irregular patches of scorched tissue, and severe damage to young plants or emerging weeds. Correct weed identification, careful herbicide selection, accurate application, clean equipment, and suitable weather conditions are essential for preventing this type of chemical injury. Follow the channel for more practical plant care insights.